Hello and welcome back, I am Arumba. Thank you for joining me. Let's play some more A Rocket per Patron in Factorio. I've been playing for a little while, not a huge amount of time, but I was working on this the last I recorded and kind of tweaked some things a little bit. You'll notice that I kind of completed the design, at least up until the point that I know how to handle things. The butane and the acid gas is still just kind of hanging out. But we've got regular plastic, and we've got plastic too. Naphtha is brought in from up here. I got rid of quite a bit of the storage, because the tanks were getting quite empty. Trying to clean this thing up. There's still quite a bit of ethyl, whatever the hell it was called, up in the northwest. And still having some power issues, because I'm stubborn and I'm going pure solar without any modules. And unfortunately, the robots are taking up a ton of power, because they're still trying to do stuff. Too much stuff, in fact. There's, let's see, how many of them? 431 logistic, 260 construction, and they're all working. We try to upgrade them to Mark II. Tiny bit of research has been done. I tried to avoid it, but apparently you can't cancel research. You have to select something. So that's at least with auto research enabled, and I didn't think to try to turn it off. But we finished nitroglycerin processing and I think electrum processing. That's about it, really. Cleaned up some of the lines so that they're straight. Got rid of some of the storage tanks for the stuff that, basically the only reason I was storing a lot of stuff is because I didn't know what to do with it, right? So I just wanted to have huge storage tanks. Like methane, I think I can get rid of these now, because we know what happens with methane. Methane becomes stuff. That is a methane gas feed. I'm looking for one that lines up with over here, maybe. That one looks like it might. And same thing with the ethane. The ethane's already being used. That is the butane, though. I don't see much point in storing fluids or these things if I know what I want to do with them. So we'll just turn them directly into what they are. This one will just sort of hang out. These we will do nothing with because there's no methane. Here you can see the power getting kind of low. Let's go see if I can figure out what it is. One of the things that they're doing a lot of work with, you know, they're ferrying around chests and stuff. This propane's all gone. That's good. Let's get rid of most of these storage tanks. I didn't actually mean to get rid of that. Still have our filter on there. This doesn't really need to be a storage tank. This can just go directly into that guy. That red wire. That's the red wire that's important. I can't cut these telephone lines, or these power lines, because then that will shut down the thing that filters this. And unfortunately this thing is like totally full, because I accidentally did that once. I was like upgrading a line, and this damn thing turned on, because apparently if you sub out an existing line for an upgraded one, it just deletes the red wires. So that was nice. But there's no ethylene anymore, so you know. But the nice thing about that is that it means that the robots have less to do. Wherever possible, I'm trying to like consolidate resources, kind of conserve resources a bit. You know, if I'm completely out of something, then I'm getting rid of some of the processing that I had for it, because I know I'm going to eventually go out and like find more resources, but for right now, I just kind of need power to work. That would be great. Acid gas is apparently something we're going to use in a more sophisticated version of something soon. I wrote down a few of the things, the butane, the benzene. Butane's going to become into benzene. Benzene's going to end up being used for this, I don't know, catalytic cracking of acid gas is something we're going to do soon. We'll end up needing the green metal catalyst and the acid gas, and it's ended up giving us stuff. I mean, we could do that now. I thought I was closer to modules than I really am. In order to get modules with the research revolution mod, then I need to make some of these production science packs. Now, that seems fine until you go and you look at the recipe cost of the production science packs, which is silicon nitride and lithium ion batteries. I don't have lithium ion batteries yet. Battery. It's Battery Tech 2. We could do that research. That seems fine. But then the trickier one is this silicon nitride. And annoyingly, it's one of those ones where you like search for like silicon. You get quartz. Great. Useful. Powdered silicon from silicon plate. Silicon wafer from silicon plate. Silicon carbide, which is not the same thing as silicon nitride. And silicon plate. So where the hell is silicon nitride? So then you go and you like look in technology, you say silicon. Ceramics is going to give us the silicon nitride. Okay, so we found it, but that's going to require that. So we can do this. We can do this. Nitrogen and powdered silicon. Well, why don't we head that direction? There's two different things I want to do right now. I want to work towards modules. Number 2, I want to do powdered silicon. So that was one of the ones that just showed up. Powdered silicon was just silicon plate. Okay, right. It's a lot simpler than I thought it would be. Let's get rid of this, because these guys... I shouldn't have done this. It's a mistake. Too much work for the poor robots. Makes them waste all kinds of energy and stuff doing things. Besides, we've routed in real water, so there's no point in having them do that now. Let's see. We're only generating 1 per second natural gas. These guys consume 10 every 2 seconds. The crafting speed of 1.5, so that's 7.5 per second from one machine, and I've got a massive 2 per second, so we only need one of these guys right now. It's minor, but there's an 8.3 kilowatt drain on these things, so let's get rid of them. Let's get rid of 3 of them. Yes, I know. Eventually I'm going to upgrade, and I'm going to need more of them, but by the time we do that, the robots will actually be flying around doing stuff and not being useless, so that'll be great. Is that connected to anything else, or just the original? It's like it was just the original thing. Same thing with you. You do go somewhere, okay? This one does go somewhere, but from there. So we can get rid of these, this. That's all fine. These can go there. That's the waste. That's the natural gas. We could make this probably more consolidated if I redo them. Looks prettier. It's good. It's fine. It's not a lot. I mean, I'd almost like to relocate the whole darn thing over here just so that it's nice and close to the actual source. Would be kind of nice in my mind. The slag has mostly been moved over. I started placing down large solar fields. I created a layout for the bigger ones. Trying to be efficient with those if I can. Of course, efficiency wouldn't be necessary if I would just, you know, go get some more resources or something. Or kill biters, but I'm bound and determined to just not do that. I just don't want to fight biters. I do, at some point, want to do this, this thing. The fertilizer. Urea gas. I remember I looked that up at the end of an episode a while ago. It was urea gas. It is an ingredient in, it is product of urea synthesis. It's gonna have to be a chemicals thing, right? The ammonia, carbon dioxide. Which is a product of ammonia synthesis. Why am I not surprised? Which was the hydrogen-nitrogen red metal catalyst. Like, we should do this. We should try this, because, I did eventually also start using the creosote to make, solid fuel, because ran out of stuff. Can't afford to use electric engines, because there's not enough power yet. So I needed to just use the creosote, so that happened. So some nitrogen would be cool. So first we're going to make ammonia. Let's go make some ammonia. So we need red metal catalysts, which is going to be simple. It's done in a chemical plant. We're going to do that near this area. Okay, so now there's now 3 things that I want to do. One is the fertilizer. Ammonia. Ammonia synthesis. Let's just do one machine making this stuff. I need to get nitrogen and oxygen. Nitrogen and oxygen. Ideally from the same job if I could. Perfect. Nitrogen dioxide gas? No, that's uses the 2 things that I need. Air separation, nitrogen, and oxygen. Perfect. So compressed air, it's done in a chemical plant. Cool. I have one of those. It's right here. Done. Nitrogen. I want to do that. Damn it. I mixed it up. I needed hydrogen and nitrogen. Hydrogen and nitrogen. So oxygen, don't seem to need the oxygen for anything. I guess we will just void it. We have access to clean water for some dirt water electrolysis, so let's do that. We'll take an electrolyzer. I think we have a convenient slag feed right here anyway. Let's say, here, you will do dirt water electrolysis, facing that way will work, I think. That'll create slag, which we will put up there. Gives me oxygen, which we're going to void. Well, not void, it's flare. Okay, so flare stack the oxygen. The hydrogen. I've got to do 2 steps to make this one now. Chemical plant. Let's see if we put you like here. We're going to make the ammonia here. So there's my oxygen hookup. Okay, and that'll make slag. Oxygen goes away. Hydrogen goes in there. Slag is fine. That's already going to be turned into fancy pants rocks and things. And then the other thing was the nitrogen, which was via compressed air. But not polishing compound. It was just nitrogen. Okay. Nitric acid. Okay, so nitrogen gas, oxygen gas. And I would like to connect the Be great if I could get that. Okay, with the water's on that side now, this... That wouldn't be too bad. I could bring the water in further up, get the oxygen to line up better with that machine. Okay, water comes in here. Flare stack comes back out and grabs the oxygen from both locations now. So that's all of the oxygen dealt with. That's the nitrogen made. Now all we need is compressed air. Compressed air comes in a thing that looks like that. It's like a little house that you get to live in. Air filter. Like a teepee. Wow, it's gosh darn ginormous. Ten compressed air every 6 seconds with a crafting speed of 1. So 10 every 6, that's 1.66 compressed air. And how much of this do we actually need? This thing can consume 10 every 2 seconds with a crafting speed of 1.5. It can consume 7.5 per second, so I would need, if I wanted to run it full tilt, I would need 4.5 of these compressed air machines, generating 150 kilowatts of energy constantly. Great. So call it 5 of those if we really want to run this thing non-stop. Now the next question is, do we really need to run it non-stop? The answer is, don't know. There's the nitrogen. Hydrogen goes in automatically, the nitrogen didn't. And then the red metal catalyst was easy to make. I would like to create an autonomous system though. I've been using all of my slurry to just make these special metals, but I don't necessarily need to do that. Especially if we can just do dirt water electrolysis to make as much slag as we want. Not to mention it's Angel's infinite ores, so there's an infinite amount of ore out there. Let's see, I need a little bit of iron ore and copper ore. There's plenty of copper ore. I've got stupid amounts of that stuff. Got 300,000 slag, 275,000 stone. I think I had recently come in and stopped that. Yeah, I set up a system here to stop making stone because it's just generating pollution, costing energy for no reason. So now it's only going to make... Why did that get reset? I know for sure I set that. That was supposed to be stone is less than 10,000. Set. Circuit network. No, it's supposed to be logistic network. Is it doing something squirrely where it can't do the logistic network because part of it's not inside it? I guess that could be happening right now. Okay, so enable conditions. What is going on with this thing? If stone is... Alright, I'm just gonna... I don't know what's going on with it. I'm confused. It's working, and then I... wire it up. And then I could just say... logistic network, connect, if stone is less than 10K. And you're allowed to work. And then what? Okay, I guess what's confusing me is that it defaults to circuit network. Even though what I really care about is the logistic network. But even when I do this, stone greater than 10K, it's... you should be enabled right now. Is it because okay, what if I get rid of that? Okay, that explains it. So because I left the blank circuit network condition, I wired it up in order to get it to be something I can control with the logistic network, but I also apparently have to mess with it on the circuit network side too. Fair enough. These are the two spots here. I'm just going to make a little bit of red metal catalyst. We got these two feeds right here. Let's grab a machine. Pop them down, say here. This is one of the things that I do think is worthwhile to just use a robot for. Just want to make sure I don't accidentally end up with a bunch of this stuff. Should see deliver. 30 of those things are being brought over. Take whatever I have. Let's get some of that stuff made. So eventually we'll see some red metal catalysts brought over. Look at that. Some of the logistic robots aren't being used. Yay! It's the first time in forever! Good news. So, assuming that they come on over here and they bring in the red metal catalyst, then we could just say... bring red metal catalyst. $20 seems fine. That is going to then make ammonia. And then the next step after that is the urea, which is to take the ammonia with carbon dioxide. And then we get urea and apparently some fluid of some sort. I don't know what. Is it gonna be so complicated? Okay, well, there's a hookup. Next, I need the carbon dioxide, which we know how to make from back there here. That's carbon dioxide. 5x carbon dioxide straight from liquefier and coal. Straightforward. First thing in the whole game, straightforward, right? Liquefier. Liquefier? I have 2. It's a pretty high priority thing, so we'll request a little bit more coal, because this is going to be what drives the, hopefully, more wood into more coal circle of life. That's my plan anyway. Let's see, how much coal do we actually have out there? 442 in requester chests. It is mostly down here, apparently. That slag's at 280,000. So you're saying there's plenty, basically. It was this chest here. Give me most of that. It is nice seeing more and more robots up in the air, but I'm not gonna lie, Petrochem's really slowed the campaign down, and it's a bit disheartening to see how slowly things are going, but we'll get through it. Okay, so the end product then is we've got the purified water and the urea gas. Is this purified water needed by anybody nearby? I don't really think we need to connect it in up there. Unfortunately, we have to use a clarifier, which is huge. So we'll get rid of that. And then we have our urea gas, which was for fertilizer. Sort of. Yes, fertilizer is made in another chemical plant. Of course. Haven't used enough chemical plants yet. Fertilizer. Okay, and then the fertilizer, I guess we grab that guy out. And assuming that we were trying to do this recipe, then we take regular water plus seedlings plus the fertilizer now. And we end up getting more wood. More wood seems good. The current system would not facilitate 2 inputs, would it? So we'll have to redo this now as well. Greenhouses. I can't make very many. I can make 1. Because I have no stone, ironically, despite the near cash darn near 300,000 that I have in the entire factory. And now, of course, glass. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well, I don't know how many I want, but I want a lot. 38, 3, 4, so that's 40, plus 10, that's 50 greenhouses. That seems pretty good. Keep little stockpiles of water in case we need them for fluids or anything, but okay, that's version 1.0. Let's go make a version 2.0 that can take in 2 different sets of resources. I was kind of hoping to get that steel to go closer to the other area. This is a good argument to finally move this guy over. Alright, we could just stick you like right here. I think it just... yeah, that's not good. Don't void that. Alright, and then this guy. Who needs power? Power's silly. We'll work in the dark. Silly robots. Draining all my damn power. So by moving that over now, I've got some space here. It's maybe enough? It's probably going to be a similar layout. We're going to want, like... still probably 10 long. Still probably water in the center. Unlike the beginning of the campaign, though, we have access to... filter inserters galore, loaders, all kinds of stuff, so... Shoot, these electrical poles are still not big enough that I could just use one. That one's kind of important, apparently. Okay, well, I'm going to take some time to figure this out between episodes. Don't want to really just sort of sit here and take forever, so I'll be back in the next episode where this will have been sorted. Thank you for watching, everyone. I'll see you again in a little bit.